Now, television has been blamed for a lot of the ills of society, but now it's being used to combat gang violence. We'll show you when the Channel 4 News returns.
Gang violence, it scars communities and destroys lives. Well, now a filmmaker is hoping his new public service announcement will help stop the violence. Jim Giggins was there today as it was being filmed in Elysian Park.
Drive-by shooting resulting in death. This is simulated for a public service announcement, and the reason it's being shot is to scare kids away from gangs.
Louis, you are shot down in the thigh. Yes, you're right.
Filmmaker Alex Munoz is making the PSA. He's doing it because of what happened at a screening of his first feature film for Showtime called Riot.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get you. Hey, ain't so bad now. Look at you.
The screening was disrupted by a group of anti-gang activists who basically protested how Hollywood continues to reinforce negative stereotypes of minorities.
So Munoz decided to do this realistic PSA, hoping it will hit home with kids at risk.
It has to be realistic, otherwise the kids don't take it seriously and they just simply laugh it off.
In the cast are former and present gang members.
You know, you got President Clinton giving money for commercials against drugs, and I think he should spend more time, you know, doing awareness programs like this to show the youngsters, man, that gang life ain't nothing, man.
Lalo Fajardo says he wished he'd seen something like this years ago.
I do, and I think it would have helped me out, you know, but I never, you know, ran across anything like this.
Filmmaker Alex Munoz says, but by the grace of God, he might have followed the same path as these young men.
I was also a youth at risk. I was surrounded by drugs, gangbanging, all kinds of negative influences, but somehow I came out of it okay.
Shooting of the PSA winds up on Sunday with hopes that the PSA will hit the airwaves and hopefully lives by the fall. Jim Giggins, Channel 4 News, Elysian Park.
A graphic public service announcement aimed at keeping kids out of gangs.
The scene is all too familiar. A warm afternoon, a group of friends in the park, the sound of gunfire. That's what director Alex Munoz wants to stop, so he is now making a public service announcement that looks just like the real thing. Sandra Mitchell was there for the taping and has the details.
Gang gunfire in a Los Angeles park, just part of a commercial taping.
The kids in the background, somebody might...
But take a look at the tattoos on Raymond Canal and you'll know for him, it's all too real.
Yeah, out there just throwing my life away when I could have been using it for something good.
For 12 years, Canal wore the colors of a South Central gang. Today, with director Alex Munoz.
Action, you guys are the party.
Canal and other former gang members are helping produce a new anti-gang message.
I feel like if I'm in a position to help kids, it's my responsibility to do something.
A 30-second public service announcement meant to show the harsh reality of gang life and death.
Well, a few years ago, Raymond Canal quit the gang life. He soon realized he was lucky to be alive, and that's why he's so glad to be here today and so glad to give something back.
Be something that you're going to stand out. Don't be a shadow over your people.
Raymond Canal, once threatening lives, now hoping to save them. The PSA debuts next month. In Los Angeles, I'm Sandra Mitchell for UPN News 13.
It's designed to basically show these kids how destructive joining a gang can be.
It's not a movie they're making. Rather, the shoot is to keep kids out of gangs. You'll see how. A meeting of the minds from opposite ends of the social spectrum. Hollywood power players and former LA gang members are producing a public service announcement titled Arturo's Drive-By. The goal? Showing gang members and kids thinking of joining a gang that there is a way out.
Spot is designed to target at-risk youth who are thinking about joining gangs. And it's an accurate depiction of what happens in a drive-by. It's designed to basically show these kids how destructive joining a gang can be.
Various organizations donated money to the project. The spot begins airing in the fall. A toll-free hotline will also be set up to help gang members redirect their lives. And death.
It's important for these kids to realize how violent the gang lifestyle really is. They see it as toting guns, driving cool cars, getting, you know, pretty girls and owning your turf, but in reality, most of these kids end up dead.